Papa's Mechanical Fish, written by Candace Fleming, pictures by Boris Karlikoff. Papa's Mechanical Fish. For Charlene and Carol, a hometown tale for my sisters extraordinaire. Want to go to the beach, girls? C.F. To Max, Andre, and Kate, B.K. This is my Papa, and this is his backyard workshop where he spends his days thinking, tinkering, and inventing things. Hear that? Clink, clankety-bang, thump, whir. That's the sound of Papa at work. Clink, clankety-bang, thump, whir. Sometimes Papa tries inventing helpful things, like collapsible coat hangers that are easy to store. Sometimes he tries inventing unusual things, like edible socks. And sometimes he tries inventing playful things that only just don't work, like steam-powered roller skates. He forgot to put the brakes on. But not once has Papa invented anything that works perfectly. I will someday, Papa tells me. All I need is a fantastic idea. But fantastic ideas are not easy to come by. So Papa twiddles his tools and pulls his hair. He racks his brain, sighs, and stares until one day he throws down his screwdriver. Enough thinking, he cries. Who wants to go fishing? I do, I holler. Me too, says my brother Cyril. Don't forget me, adds our baby sister Mary. My dada, squeals the baby, Wilhelmina. Woof, barks our bulldog Rex. I'm so glad I brought along these poles, says Mama. We all troop out to the lighthouse pier and drop our lines into Lake Michigan. Plop, 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 plop. Papa, I say as we wait for a bite, have you ever wondered what it's like to be a fish? A fish? He mutters. A fish? Uh-oh, squeals the baby. Papa's pole clatters to the pier. He leaps to his feet. He whirls me around. Verena, you're brilliant, he whoops. Then he's gone, racing back over the sand dunes to his workshop. Clink, clankety-bang, thump, whir. Ta-da, cries Papa a few weeks later. He opens his workshop doors to reveal... What is it? I ask. It's an underwater vessel, he explains. A mechanical fish. I will dive like a salmon. I will glide like a trout. Papa's mechanical fish is so small he barely fits inside. It has a tube sticking out the top so he can breathe. It has a pole sticking out the bottom so he can push himself along the lake floor. I call it the whitefish, he says. But will it work? We keep our fingers crossed. Goodbye, Papa, we wave. Farewell, family. He waves back. Then the whitefish is launched. Sploosh. But... Glub, glub, glub. Papa swims back to the pier. It almost worked, he says. Almost, I agree. I think for a minute, then ask, Papa, how do fish move through the water? With their tails, says Cyril. With their fins, add Mary. Fishy go, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along this towel, says Mama. She wraps it around Papa's shoulders, but he is too deep in thought to notice. And... Clink, clankety-bang, thump, whir. Behold, the whitefish too. It is big enough for 2 people to sit in. It has a wooden fin on top and a wooden propeller in the back. Papa pedals it like a bicycle to make it go. Goodbye, Papa, we wave. Farewell, family, he waves back. Then the whitefish too is launched. Sploosh! It dives below the surface. Swoosh! But... Crack, drip, splinter, rip! Papa bobs to the surface. It almost worked, he hollers to us. Almost, I holler back. I think again, then ask, Papa, how do fish stay dry? With special skin? Asks Cyril. With scales? Adds Mary. No pee-pee, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along this life preserver, says Mama. She tosses it to Papa, but he is too deep in thought to notice. And clink, clankety bang, thump, whir. Behold the Whitefish 3. It is big enough for 3 people to sit in. It has a plunger to make it go up and down. It has a steering wheel to make it go left and right. It has levers instead of pedals, and it is covered in waterproof copper. Goodbye, Papa, we wave. Farewell, family, he waves back. Then the Whitefish 3 is launched. Sploosh. It dives. Swoosh. It chugs beneath the waves. Clackada, clackada, clackada. But crump. Papa clings to a buoy. It almost worked, he says minutes later as we pull him into the rowboat. Almost, I say. I think some more, then ask, Papa, how do fish know where they're going? Can they see underwater, says Cyril. Do they have good eyes, adds Mary. Peekaboo, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along these oars, says Mama. She rows toward shore. But Papa is too deep in thought to notice. Now he barricades himself in his workshop. Clink, clankety bang, thump, whir. He does not come out. Thunk, clunk, whack. We cannot go in. Tap, tap. He even covers the window so we can't peek. Zap! What's the big secret? I ask. Wait and see, Papa says. Just wait and see. Clink, clankety bang, thump, whir. At last he flings wide the workshop doors. Surprise! Ooh, we gasp. Ah. The Whitefish 4 is big enough for 7 people to sit in. It has an air cooling system, an air compression system, and an air purifying system. It has a steam boiler to run the engine and a battery to run the headlights. It has velvet carpeting and comfortable chairs. Along its length are a dozen portholes. Papa grins. Who wants to go for a ride? I do, I whoop. Me too, says Cyril. Don't forget me, adds Mary. Go bye-bye, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along lunch, says Mama. One by one, we drop down the hatch. Then Papa seals it behind us, takes his place at the controls, and sploosh, swoosh, clackada, clackada, clackada. Wow! Hours later, we rise to the surface. We glide to the beach. We spread out a blanket and feast on ham sandwiches. Papa, I say between mouthfuls, that idea was absolutely, positively fantastic. Brilliant, says Cyril. Clever, adds Mary. Yay, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad you brought me along, said Mama. She gives Papa a big, big smooch. Then a seagull flies overhead. I toss it my bread crust. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a bird? I ask. A bird, Papa mutters. A bird? Uh-oh, squeals the baby. Clink, clankety bang, thump, whir.